Jesus Christ. This is Amazing Grace of Glory International Chapel, the first Sunday of the year 2026. We continue with our programs of Impossible Made Possible. This is what we call a miracle grace service, and we are declaring that God is in the office to bless his own people. Welcome very much as we briefly look at another impossible case that was made very possible. We were very blessed yesterday to see how cows were driven by themselves all the way to Ekron, to Beth Shemesh. And we thank God for his mercies. We thank God for his goodness and kindness. And to this far end, we continue to be under the grace because of what God is doing in our lives. So welcome very much. And let us continue experiencing the God of divine possibilities. We are living in times when if God is not on our side, then nothing is for us. But if God be on our side, then bere iko sawa. Today we look at emergency rains. Yes, today we look at a miracle called emergency rains, and we will see a rain that came down. It was not needed, but it was to prove a point. And that is what God is going to do in our days. The Lord is going to perform a miracle. To some great extent, is to prove a point. You know, there are times you may go through a situation and to a point whereby it becomes common, it becomes usual, it becomes so ordinary, and everything lacks a seriousness on the paper, to a point whereby you are considered as somehow unworthy or worthless. But today I want us to talk about emergency rains to prove a point. Get that? 1 Samuel 12 and verse 16. Now then, stand still and see this great thing the Lord is about to do before your eyes. Is it not wheat harvest now? I'll call upon the Lord to send thunder and rain, and you realize what an evil thing you did in the eyes of the Lord when you asked for a king. Then Samuel called upon the Lord, and that same day the Lord sent thunder and rain. So all the people stood in awe of the Lord and of Samuel. And that is a God we are seeking this morning. Samuel had been rejected as a judge of Israel. Even his sons, Joel and another gentleman there, also were rejected from being Israel judges. And they told Samuel, we want a king of ourselves. The sons of Samuel were Joel and Abijah. And the people of Israel told Samuel, you are old. You cannot continue to administer justice to us, and your sons, Joel and Abijah, have not followed on your footsteps. So they are not qualified to be our judges. So give us a king like the neighboring nations. And the thing disturbed Samuel so much because he understood what that meant. He knew people asking for a king of their own, they were demanding self-governance, and they were demanding spiritual cessation. They were actually dislinking themselves from the direct lordship governance system. Hello, how are you? We thank God. There is a hamburger. You are watching me from where, please? Let me know you are catching up with me from where. So we are talking about today, we are talking about emergency rains and thunderstorms. God sent thunder and rain to prove a point, just to prove a point. And the prayer I have in this season is the God that you serve, the God that you worship. Although family have rejected you, society has rejected you, your wife or your husband has rejected you, your children, they don't see your value in their lives as a parent, pastor. Nobody sees the value of your ministry. But may God send thunder and rain to prove a point. This was not meant for a season of sowing, because it was harvesting season. And during harvesting season, people don't need rain. What they need is sunshine. What they need is sun to dry up the harvest, to facilitate reaping, so that whatever is harvested does not have moisture for storage and other processings. But Samuel told them, is it not harvesting season? Today, there will be thunder and there will be rain to prove to you that you are on the wrong. And me, Samuel, and the road, we are on the right. So this was a rain, an emergency rain of proving a point. And there are people right now, everybody is speaking ill of you. Everyone is looking down on you. Everyone is just assuming you. To a point even, have you ever been in a situation whereby even people think you are foolish? To a point whereby people think you don't connect. Even when they tell you a lie, they think you don't see through their eyes. But because you have reached to a point whereby you are feeling, people have shown you that you are unworthy. You get me? Samuel, that is where he was. They told him, we do not need you to be our judge. They told him, we do not need your sons to be our judge, whereby you have been ignored, discarded. People do their things and they think you don't see through their eyes. But you just choose because you are tired of explaining yourself. You are tired of keeping on asking questions, and you now choose to watch a rain of proving a point. I'm telling you. And this one is coming in a very, very big way. The God that we worship, the God that we serve, the God that we lean on, the God that we rely on, He is able to bring a rain that specifically is for proving a point, for vindication, for vindication, for a substantive proof, for a substantive proof, for a substantive proof. If you don't have anything else you can do, please, you can withdraw from my page. You get me? Yes. I'm not interested. Are you together? And today, that is a focus. We have lived a life that now where we are, we need God to prove a point. Samuel is found here with his sons, Joel and Abijah. And they have been rejected by the system of Israel. They are unwanted. They have been discarded. They no longer need Samuel as a judge. And then Samuel told them, God will prove to you that you are on the wrong. And that is where many people are. A praise of touting, a praise of mockery, a praise of blasphemy, a praise of being ignored, assumed. And you want God to prove a point, to prove a point, to prove a point. And we decree and we declare that God is rising up and He will bring an emergency rain, that whose intention is to prove a point in your life. This is all that what people need, because many people are going through a season of being ignored, a season of being disregarded, a season of being taunted and mocked, and you don't have anything else that you can do. You just try to be your real self. You just want to be yourself. You want to do things that are practical, but nothing is happening. But nothing is working for you. We decree and we declare, today may God release emergency storm and rain to prove a point. Emergency storm and rains to prove a point in the name of Jesus Christ. Where we are at the season, we are at the place of wanting to see the reality of God. The reality of God in the land of the living. Yes. We are at a place where now what we want is the reality of God activities in our lives. Look here. Someone told them, you have rejected me, you have assumed me, you have ignored me, you have looked down on me, you are not interested with me, and you do not want my sons to lead you, to guide you, to be your judge, to be your leader. And they told someone, give us a king. Give us a king. Whereby now people want alternatives away from you. People want a different thing away from you. Your wife has stayed with you to a point whereby you are at the junction of your wife completely is not interested with you, because either there is no progress, there is stagnation, things have remained the same without any change, and then you are alone, you are abandoned, you are ignored, you are isolated, you are forsaken. You find yourself desolate in a place whereby what the system that you thought is your system wants is different from what you believe in, and more than that, is in the state of you are on the losing end. You are on the losing end. And that's why this is, remember we started these programs. This is day 15. So we started this program way at around date 20 something there, because it was before Christmas. And we are declaring impossible will become very possible. Jesus Christ said, the things that are impossible with man, they are possible with God. And it doesn't matter where anyone is in this January. You are looking at the situations, you are looking at the concerns around you, you are looking at the systems, they are all working against you. You are trying to observe and to understand how things are rolling out themselves about you, and you cannot see clearly what will be the way out. You can't see clearly the direction you are to take. And in these programs, we are here to declare miracles. Understand that this is a miracle grace service, MGS, and miracles must happen in people's lives, because there comes a time that it will require the supernatural interventions. It will require divine mechanisms to sort you out in one way or the other. And that is the reason why God is rising up in the case of our lives to guide us in the way that we should experience the mercies and the goodness of the Lord. This is miracles grace service. And let me tell you, look at where you are currently. Who is for you? I just gave an example here when I was starting. Have you ever found yourself in a situation whereby things have remained so the same to a point whereby when people tell you a lie, they think you cannot see through their eyes, but you just allow it until their eyes will put them into a box. Because even if you try to fight back and expose that system of lies, at the wrong end, you are seen as if you are foolish. Because you are like Samuel. We are tired of this system. We do not need, little did they know that that system that we are tired of is what was sustaining them. Just imagine. They didn't know that the governance system of judges was what was sustaining them, because by so doing, they were directly under the governance system of God. They told Samuel, we do not want your guidance. And from there, they are given a constitution. And the constitution was not any good for them. It destroyed the whole nation. They all lost everything. And they went to captivity. Because for what they asked for. They asked for a king. And king they were given. And that kingship led them to captivity, exile in Babylon. Sometimes people may just see you as stupid, see you as foolish, see you as not amounting to anything. They will ignore you. But you, focus. Focus. Do not argue with them. Do not argue with them. You focus on where you are going to. Because no sooner than later, God will prove to them that they were wrong. God will prove to them they were wrong. And today, we decree and we declare, may God send us rain. Not because it is a season of rains, but there is need for vindication. There is need for substantive proof that God is in the office. Samuel was there crying, and the Lord told him, do not cry. They have not rejected you. They have rejected me. Can you consider that verse? 1 Samuel 8 and verse what? And verse 9. Now listen to them, but warn them solemnly, and let them know what the kind of the king he will become to them. And verse what? 1 Samuel 8, verse 22. The Lord answered, listen to them, and give them a king, because they have not rejected you, but by so asking, they have rejected the Lord. So imagine people are asking for something because they think it is fancy. They think it is a civilization. They think it is a modernization. They think it is globalization. And you are a kind of superstitious. You are a kind of traditional. You are a kind of old. You are a kind like, you are not evolving. You know, little do they know that which they are rejecting about you is actually the sustenance of the divinity. Is a sustenance of the divinity. And so they were given the king. And the next thing, they found themselves in exile. Sometimes you may ignore what God has given you because you do not see itself evolving according to the world demand. And you can be tricked to discard it. But be careful before you lose both God and what you asked for. Because they lost both God and they lost the nation, they lost the king, and all of them went to Babylon in the captivity. They went to Babylon into captivity. So today, by the mercies of God, we decree and we declare that our God is in charge of our lives. And God is releasing an emergency rain to just prove a point. Me, that's what I love about God. That when you're completely discarded, ignored, abandoned, forgotten, you are isolated, in desolate. Nobody sees any value about you. They see you as if you are a cursed person. They see you as if you are the one who refuses things to change. You know, that's the funny thing about God. God remains in a state of human ignorance. So you can ignore the presence of God in your life just simply because it lacks what you are seeking by your own desires. And they were given the king. But the Samuel told them, let me tell you something, guys. Today, God will release thunder or a storm and rain to prove you wrong and to prove somewhere in the road right. Just imagine a whole nation with their prayers, with their grievances, with their appetites, with their greed for power, and with their pride. They were proven wrong. You don't know, sometimes we speak and it seems as if it is not making any sense. Imagine that a whole nation, only one man was right somewhere. Everyone else there, even the sons of Samuel, were wrong, but only Samuel was right. And Samuel told them that God will do something that will make you know that what you have done is treasonous. What you have done is wrong. And the Lord used the formula of sending rain. And there are actually, when I speak of this, I mostly speak about the servants of God. The servant of God. There are men of God who have been ignored for years to a point that now everyone wanted to leave you and abandon you because nothing is changing at all. Despite your handwork, despite your everything, you have given all your best, and still no dignity, no respect, no honor, no breakthrough, nothing. Actually, the next thing is they want you out of the equation. Somewhere had given them victory at the 1 Corinthians 7 when they defeated the Philistines with the thunder of God. And now they are telling Samuel, we want you out of the equation. We don't need you anymore. We have already gotten used to you. We are so familiar with you. There is no tangible change you can bring. And someone was there. I think someone was asking himself, was it not I at Ebenezer where I defeated Philistines with the thunder of God? And now you are telling me I am useless to you. There are people, that's where you are. There was a time you had high value for them. There was a time you were the most important person in their equation. There was a time they were crying to you. There was a time they could not do anything until your part has been involved. Because they knew if you got involved, the hand of the Lord would be seen. But now, they have crossed the bridge. But now, they are on the other side of the lake. But now, they have climbed the tree by stepping on your shoulders. They don't need you. They call you an outcast. What will happen to you? What will be the end of your story? Will you just be discarded just like that? Like a rag, like a trash? Someone said, no, I am not the kind that will go down without proving a point. And this God is coming our way. You know, some things when I speak of them, they touch me very much. Because these are the things that mostly I have gone through. And I've come to notice that you can help people. You can help people. And once they are helped, and once they have been helped, You are abandoned like a trash. You are discarded as trash. You try to explain yourself to them. You told them, don't you remember the way we were praying? Don't you remember? They are not interested with you at all, at all, at all. They do not want anything with you. I've seen married men being treated that way by the wives they supported very much from the scratch. I've seen married women being treated that way by the husbands they raised from the dust, and then you are seen there as if in the equation you are a burden to them. Before they put you down, before they throw you out of the window, let God bring storm and rain that will prove a point that you have been in this possession. But then we shall go back. We shall go back to that one. Yes, tomorrow we shall look at how did the earth open and swallow people. Moses found himself in a situation whereby you have to prove a point. You have been mocking me. You have been doubting me, challenging my authority, making me look like a stupid. But then have you ever found yourself in a situation whereby you say sorry and you apologize where you have been wronged? You are the victim. You are the one that was wronged. But the way you are treated, you end up apologizing. And they think they have won. What they don't know, they are just attracting God to one day prove a point. Now there's a problem. The Lord will not come to prove a point by clapping for you. He comes to prove a point by exposing your guilt. It is a judgment that comes your way. Someone told them, okay, I have no problem. You don't need me. I cannot push myself into your throats. And then what next? The next thing was somewhere in the road were proven awesome. They stood in the way of somewhere in the Lord. There is a rain. There is a rain. There is a thunder that God is permitting. There is a rain. There is a thunder that God is permitting. And it is for making people to stand in the way of you and the Lord you serve. It is intended only for vindicating. I don't know that you have ever gone through mockery. Mockery. I don't know that you have ever gone through mockery. Serious mockery. Serious mockery. To a point whereby no matter how you defend yourself, your defense amounts to nonsense. No matter how you try to argue your point. Me, I've gone through a series of years whereby eventually you end up by saying, I'm stupid, I am foolish. Okay, I didn't know that's the way it is done. And you know very well, deep in your heart, this is not the way it is done. But because now you do not want it to prolong, you choose to quit. And you leave yourself to fight another day. There are people, that's where we are. Many of us, that's where we are. Samuel found himself fixed. They don't need him. They do not want him. He is a burden to them. He is used. He is an old gadget, malfunctioning, dysfunctional. Yani, I try to put myself in the shoes of Samuel. And remember, he is the one in 1 Samuel chapter number 7, released a thunder that defeated the Philistines. And they said, Ebenezer, this far, the Lord has brought us. That's how people quickly forget that you are the one who brought them out of the verge of destruction. You are the one who saved them from the going down into the pit of destruction. But just because now they are saved, they no longer need you. Not just because they have escaped, they don't need you. They told Samuel, okay, we agree that time you helped us, but now we want our own autonomy. We want to be monotonous. We want to be monotonous. We want our autonomy. Look at the women today. Once you get married, you get children. When you reach a certain age, you feel something in you telling you, you want monotony. You want autonomy. So you want to be a single mother. You destroy your marriage and you go out there thinking that you'll excel, forgetting that your husband, there is somewhere he brought you out from a place of destruction, that if he did not participate, you could be already a past tense. But now you are seeing him as a trash. You are seeing him as a gatekeeper of you not advancing. People are going through hard times. You help a person in the hour of their difficulties, in the hour of their worst challenges in life. And once they have gotten the breakthrough, they no longer need your services. You are abandoned. Someone found himself there. Me, sometimes when I read the Bible, I put myself in those shoes of that man of God. You help to family members to rise, and the moment they arose and your life remained the same, they no longer need you. You help a believer through tough times, through your prayers, and then they come and they get a breakthrough. The moment they get a breakthrough, they look down on you as a pastor and they say, we no longer need you. You are not of version. You are not of our type. We need a better man of God who knows how to crawl to where, who has some certain type of stuff. But you're asking yourself, then why did you not go to him? Because you already had those designs and those stats. Why did you come to me then instead of going to him? That is hypocrisy of the society that we are living in. You help, and once you have finished helping, you are not needed anymore. Samuel found himself in that equation. But the Samuel put it this way. In the 1 Samuel, chapter number 1 Samuel 12, chapter number 16. Now then, stand still and see this great thing the Lord is about to do before your eyes. Now stand. Now then, stand still and see this great thing the Lord is about to do before your very eyes. May God do a great thing before our eyes. This mockery is enough. You are ignored, assumed, neglected, abandoned, rejected, mocked, scorned, taunted. You are given a treatment that is absurd. You are looking at this and you're asking, my God, am I still the same person who helped these people? Am I not the one who saved them from Philistines? Why now? Why am I treated the way? No, they no longer need you. They no longer want you. They are not interested with you. They have already used you the way they wanted. You are now a rag. You are now a used cartridge. But someone told them, before I quit, stand still and see this great thing the Lord is about to do before your eyes. And today, this is Sunday, the first Sunday of January 2026. The Lord will do something right in the eyes of the people to prove a point. Me, what I'm interested in is God, prove yourself in our lives. Nothing else. If God would just prove himself that we serve a living God, that is enough for me. Someone was there. He helped them in 1 Samuel 7. But now they don't need him. They are telling him right in his eyes, we do not, you are old. So you are already fashioned or fashioned. They are seeing him as traditional, superstitious, nani growing, nani developing, nani civilizing, nani technological. What do you do? What do you do if you're in the shoes of someone? But Samuel told them what? There is an emergency thunder and rain that is coming. He told them, is it not wheat harvest now? Is it not wheat harvest now? I will call upon the Lord to send thunder and rain. And you realize it is just to prove a point. And you will realize what an evil thing you did in the eyes of the Lord when you ask for a king. People ask for independence. Give them. People ask for autonomy. Give them. People ask for cessation. Give them. People ask for monotony. You just give them. People ask for independence. You know me, I'm independent. Give it to them. Mtoto akililia wembe, mpatie. But someone told them, you realize what an evil thing you did in the eyes of the Lord when you asked for a king. What's the problem? You asked for a king. On the paper, very good. That is democracy. That is self-governance. That is feeling autonomous. But in the eyes of the Lord, it was absolute evil. And this is what I see very mostly with the pastors and with the married women. When they divorce and they go and they become single mothers, this is what I see. Pastors and mostly the women who leave their marriages and become single mothers. This is mostly what they see. You demanded to be a king, autonomy. You demanded independence. And then you are given. To you, it is fancy. To you, it is modernization. To you, it is civilization. To you, it is, I want to be like others, That's what they told Samuel. We want to be like our neighboring countries. But Samuel told them, if you only knew what kind of an evil thing you have done in the eyes of the Lord. Even if somebody will come and tell you that way, you will see them as if they're the one who do not understand. But let me tell you, little did they know, within a short while, they were all in captivity. They found themselves in Babylon. What they asked for took them to Babylon. You ask for something because whatever has been sustaining you, you are questioning it. You are seeing it as if it is outdated. You need something else. You are demanding, like you want to spice up things, those kind of things. And what you do not know is what you are asking God for. And He is refusing to give it to you. And He is telling you, remain in this grace. There is something I'm doing. Remain in this grace. You want what the world is approving. And then God says, okay, have it for your own self-destruction. So today, I want to highlight only 1 point only, 2 points that made this thunder and rain come immediately. The thunder and the rain just came immediately. Just came immediately. Number one is Samuel himself, the man of God. Emergency thunder and rain to prove a point. Emergency storm or thunder and rains to prove a point for vindication. Emergency rains for vindication. Get that right. Number one is Samuel himself, the man of God himself. Number two is the prayer. I will call upon the Lord. Number two is earnest intercessory. There comes a time you make a prayer. The prayer of God, vindicate me. God, come and prove to them that it is you that I serve. That you reach a point and you tell God, dear Father, come and prove a point to them. Come and prove that you are the God that I worship. Come and prove. In the name of Jesus Christ. So I decree and I declare Katigar, I didn't read your message. I am lonely. May God give you peace. And may God fill your heart with joy. May God comfort you. And may God reward your spirit. May God make your soul jubilant and celebrative in Jesus' name. And I pray, may God send you rain of joy and happiness. So you have said, number one is Samuel himself, the man of God. Number two, the earnest intercessory, calling on the Lord. Number three is fellowship offering. You see it in 1 Samuel 11 and verse 15. There they sacrificed fellowship offering before the Lord. Fellowship offering. Number four is the presence of the Lord. If you read there, they say in verse 15, so all the people went to Gilgal and confirmed Saul as a king in the presence of the Lord. So the Lord was present in that service. So four things that brought emergency rain for vindication is the man of God, earnest intercessory, fellowship offering, and the presence of God. Very important. What do we say? Samuel himself, the man of God, and then calling on the name of the Lord, that is earnest intercessory, then sacrificing fellowship offerings, and then the presence of the Lord. And number 5, it was harvesting season. It was harvesting season. So activate Kairos moment. Activate the Kairos grace or Kairos moment and all that. And we decree and we declare today, may God send us emergency rain for vindication that we serve the living God. Yes, in Jesus' mighty name, we pray and we believe. Amen. May God bless you so much. Have a very, very wonderful day. Yes, we are going to the church. So we will meet here tomorrow at 9 a.m. when we shall be looking at another impossible that was made possible. Impossible that was made possible. So tomorrow we shall look at another one. And tomorrow I am tempted to look at how the earth opened and swallowed opposition. So tomorrow we shall look at that miracle of opening the earth and swallowing everything that is obstructing and opposing us vehemently. God bless you so much. May impossible be made possible in your life. May the miracle grace be upon you. Experience emergency rains for divine vindication. This was Miracle Grace Service. God bless you so much. If you'd like me to pray for you, my number is +254 112 796463. Shalom and God bless you so much. Have a very wonderful day. Thank you. We give the glory to the Lord God